Hello world, this is Yasmin Boland. That's a little reference some of the older Australians tuning in might get. So how are you all? How's everybody? How was your weekend? People hopping on. Hello, hello. Let's see who we have. I get this message from Facebook saying if I want to watch this on my TV. It's a bit hard to watch it and do it at the same time. Who's there? Tiffany Kendall, hello. Danielle, hello. Kate Johnson, my old school friend. Hello, gorgeous. Yes, I know it's a bit confronting. They tell me when my personal friends are watching. Hi, Kate. Hi, Sue. Oh, now there's a name and a half. I'm going to call you Isabella because I think that's your name. Hello, everybody on Facebook. Hello, everybody on Instagram. Welcome to the new week. So if you're in the UK, as I am, then you will have probably tuned in last night at 7 p.m. to listen to our illustrious Prime Minister Boris Johnson telling us what's going on. And I actually found that what he said, I didn't find it confusing like everybody's saying per se. I mean, basically he said, work from home if you can, which I can, and avoid public transport if you do go to work, if you can. I work from home, so it's cool. But I did find that I got a little bit freaked out because we weren't really given a really demarcated time limit on, you know, the fact that we're all still in lockdown. And I've been talking to a beautiful friend of mine this morning, Lisa, who I don't think ever watches these, but hi Lisa, if ever you do. And she was saying, you know, basically it's really another 3 weeks. Just take it for granted. It's at least another 3 weeks. And my husband, my beautiful husband, said, yes, Yasmin, because, you know, it's 2 weeks because it's the incubation period is 2 weeks. And then, you know, a week to see if there's a spike so we can see, you know, where the trend is going, which all makes much more sense to me. And maybe it's because I've been putting my head in the sand and just sitting here and doing my chanting that I do every morning, having like about 40 or 50 people chanting with me every day at the moment, which is amazing. And I also kind of scroll on if I see COVID-19 in my Facebook feed or my Instagram feed or whatever, Twitter feed. But also, note to Boris Johnson. So guess what? Boris Johnson gave that address last night when Mercury, the planet of communications, was literally clashing with Mars, the planet of anger. So, I mean, what does he think? Of course, the nation, because then the whole nation went into uproar of, oh, nobody knows what he's talking about. It's all so confusing. Oh, my God, they're all doing such a terrible job, blah, blah, blah. You know, which I'm not really sure if they're doing a good or bad job, to be honest, but I think they're doing their best, that's for sure. And by the way, I did not vote for Boris Johnson, but I'm just trying to be reasonable here. But yeah, no, I mean, you know, Boris, get an astrologer. Do not be doing your addresses to the nation when Mercury's squaring Mars if you want to get a good reception. Hello? So there's that. Another thing I wanted to mention is because Mercury is squaring Mars right now, if you are feeling a bit, you know, like your head's been done in, a bit like I actually have been feeling, even though the talk to my friend Lisa and what Olivier, my hubby, said helped, you know, it is the Mercury square Mars thing. It's a time where it's like, you know, the brain feels assaulted. And we will get through this, and I'm going to do a chant to help us get through it because I know a chant is always a good thing. But I also wanted to say, just before we go into the chant, and I will do a card today as well because I know everyone loves a good card. I just wanted to say, you know, when we do something like do a chant to help us process our emotions, it really is that. It's about processing. And I've actually got a book on this downstairs, which I haven't read yet. And I actually think it's called Spiritual Bypassing. But there's a thing called Spiritual Bypassing. And it's basically, I haven't read the book yet, but I think spiritual bypassing is basically when you don't deal with stuff and you just kind of shove it away, or, you know, you just sort of do magical thinking that it's all going to go away without tackling it. And I just think now's a really good time to say, you know, we do actually have to tackle these things. And when we do a chant, it's not about just pretending it's not happening. You know, even though to an extent what I'm doing is pretending it's not happening. Because I'm at home, I'm safe, I'm with my family, we've got a fridge full of food, I'm doing yoga, I'm moving my body, I'm doing these things which help me at least as much as they help you. You know, I'm having some good chats with friends. You know, there is all that, but then there's also that thing of, okay, but how long is this going to last for? Which is slightly starting to play havoc with my head. So doing a chant, for example, is not about pretending it's not happening, you know, or pretending I'm not feeling some anxiety, which I am feeling a bit of anxiety about all this today. I think because I didn't get a clear message from Boris Johnson last night about, you know, when do we get our next update? Although now my friend, lovely Lisa, has said, you know, just take it as given. It's going to be 3 weeks every time for the reasons my husband explained. But it's not about pretending it's not happening. When we chant, when we give something over to the divine, you know, no matter where we are in the astrology cycle, it's about processing it, you know. And just by the way as well, it's really worth noting we are now in the waning cycle of the moon. Okay, we've just had the full moon, just did that ceremony out in the backyard that I did a couple of days ago, and we're now in the waning cycle, so it's time to just let everything go. Get it? Make sense? So there you go. So I'm going to do a chant, I'm going to do a card, but also, just by the way, while I think of it, if you want me to look at your chart, there is now a way. Many of you used to tune into my weekly Hay House radio show, which sadly went to the gods when Hay House changed the way they do the radio shows. They're now moving to sort of like podcasts. And that's fine, and I hope to do one, but at the moment I'm not doing one yet. But what I really love is I love speaking to you guys. Like, I am just a communicator. I remember at my wedding everyone just said, Yasmin's just a communicator. And I am a communicator. So I love talking to you and I love looking at people's charts. So today, it starts today. My new radio show starts today. It'll be on at 4 p.m. UK time. 4 p.m. today. That's, I think I have this right, but maybe check timeanddate.com because I didn't actually check all the times around the world, but I'm 99.9% sure that is 8 a.m. in LA, in which case you're probably asleep as I'm talking, and about 11 a.m. in New York. And again, you're probably asleep because it means it's like 6:30 a.m. over in New York right now. And in Australia, I'm afraid to say it's 1 a.m. But as the show evolves, I'm going to find a way to take questions online and do at least 1 or 2 questions online every month. So you can leave a question and I will answer at least 1 question, preferably from an Australian who, you know, we can't really expect them to be waking up at 1 a.m. to get on the show. But you'll also be able to hear the broadcast. I've put the link on my Facebook description, and it's unityonlineradio.org, I think, from memory, for my beautiful Instagram friends over there. And I've also put a link to the new Venus retrograde course, which we launched last night. But I'll tell you more about that tomorrow. But if you want to make peace with the past, if you want to make up with someone, if you're missing your ex, if you want to open your heart to love, that's what Venus retrograde can help you do. I'll talk more about it tomorrow, but if you want to sign up, be an early adopter, and get in first for the free Venus retrograde course, there is a link above. And for Instagram people, I'm pretty sure it's moonmessages.com/VenusRX, one word. RX, because that's kind of like a shorthand we use for the word retrograde. So moonmessages.com/VenusRX. It's free. And it's actually a pretty good little a little freebie, and then it leads to a full course for anyone who wants to go deeper. But in the freebie, you'll also get, I don't want to talk too much about it because I want to chant and do a card, but you'll get this spreadsheet that will help you understand where Venus is retrograde in your chart between now and 2045. Plus you can actually use it. I'll tell you how to use it in other ways as well. So there we go. So I'm going to do a chakra clearing chant because I have been a bit Mercury, Mars, today. So I'm assuming other people are feeling that as well. So we'll do a chant and then I'm going to do a card. So if you'd like to join me in the chant, whether you're going to chant silently or out loud, every time I do this, people say, can you please post the words? And I always forget. And I also don't really know if I'm allowed to. I don't know the protocol around chanting this particular chant. I'm pretty sure I can share it with the world, but I will get around to that eventually in the fullness of time. But let's all just chant together. You can just listen. If you've got earbuds in, so much the better, or headphones. Yeah. And I'm not going to explain what it is because I'm too Mercury Mars right now, but it's actually a really, really powerful chant made up of Bij mantra sounds and also the sounds of the 5 elements. So breathe out. So here we go. I'll either do it once or 3 times depending on how I feel when I start. Hari Om Nam Lam Mam Vam Sim Ram Vam Yam Yam Ham Shiva Om Swaha Hari Om Nam Lam Mam Vam Sim Ram Vam Yam Yam Ham Shiva Om Swaha Hari Om Nam Lam Mam Vam Sim Ram Vam Yam Yam Ham Shiva Om Swaha. And I call in Archangel Metatron, who also helps us to clear out our chakras. There is going to be some emotional debris around at the moment. C'est la vie. All right, who would like a card? And remember, in case you just tuned in, today 4 p.m. UK time, 8 a.m. LA time, 11 a.m. New York time and 1 a.m. Sydney time, I'll be doing my new radio show and I will be reading people's charts on there. If you want a personal reading for free, it's the only way you can actually get one. All right, so I'm going to do a crystal mandala card. I think I've told you that Alana Fairchild, who made these beautiful crystal mandala cards, she is coming on to this message forum, this thing I'm doing right now, whatever it's called. I don't know, next week, I think. People want a card. Let me see what people are saying. What are you saying? Feeling very emotional and teary, Jan. Yes, me too. Like, seriously, me too. I could have burst into tears when I was chanting this morning. Kim, love a card. Michelle, please write it down to help me. I will. Yes, card. Bernadette, it's early in New Jersey, but you are part of my birthday. Happy birthday! All right, what do I need to know today? Yes, that is what the card is for everybody today. What do I need to know? What do I need to know? What do I need to know? Ooh, I need, the person with the beautiful Irish name, is it Urfa? What do I have to do to get over my ex? Now, that's a Venus retrograde question if ever I heard one. Click the link above if you're getting over your ex. The Venus retrograde course, the free mini course is for you. Anyone with ex issues. Oh, Lulu's been crying for days and Sally cried a lot yesterday. Yeah, I think I'm going to have a good cry because I was feeling very emotional this morning, actually. All right, have the card. How do I resolve this issue? So many people stressed around me at the moment. Rochelle, that's a tough one. You have to just keep meditating and hope they catch your vibe. Yes, Mother's Day. That's probably another reason why we're all feeling bad. Today is my mum's anniversary of passing. Oh, I'm so sorry. All right, here we are. Yeah, we're all feeling emotional. It's Mars squaring Pluto, it's Mercury squaring Mars, and we kind of don't have anything to do with the energy. That's the issue. All right, you ready for the card? Have you got your question? Actually, no, this is just what we need to know today. Oh. Actually, this one came up last week as well, I think, didn't it? It's funny. I mean, oracle cards are so mystical. Melt into divine desire, goddess Pele, and lava stone. And I have some lava. Does anyone know how to tell if lava stone is real? Because I bought it on one of those cheap websites. Anyway, by the way, don't buy my oracle cards on wish.com. They are all fake. And I say that as someone who loves wish.com. I buy stuff from there all the time. I actually got this from wish.com. But don't buy my oracle cards on wish.com. All the cards on there, as far as I'm aware, but definitely my cards, are F-A-K-E, fake. And they're trying to help, but it's not really working. It's a many-headed hydra. They're basically selling for third parties. That's the problem. Oh, look, Sue, the anniversary of your dad's passing. So you guys should speak to each other. Have a little conversation. Maybe you can help each other. So this one came up last week. What we got. 54 is the card. Oh, it's the last card in the deck. All right, here we go. So I'll just hold this up as I read out the interpretation. Remember, this is what we need today. Lauren says Booktopia for the cards. Yes, they're fine. The fake ones don't have an interpretations booklet. Excuse me, that really sucks. So everybody writes me going, I got the cards, but there's no interpretations. It's like, well, I'm sorry, but you bought a fake. You know, and honestly, that's why they cost like $3 or £3 or whatever, because they're fake and they're tiny as well. I've ordered a set so I can comment and say, these are fakes. All right, here we go. Melt into divine desire. This is our message for the day. Are you ready? We bring you the empowerment of melting into divine desire. There is a time and a place on the spiritual path for detachment. The ability to step back and perceive from a neutral perspective can bring great clarity. This is a time for the mind to become clear and peaceful and open to divine guidance, even if that means temporary loss for greater long-term gain. There is also a time to melt into divine desire, to allow your passion to motivate and inspire you to attain great progress on your divine life journey, where less fervent longing could not. Desire doesn't have to be a distraction from your divine path. It can be a way you discover what has meaning for you and what you feel strongly enough never to give up on. Just a tiny little bit more, okay? Desire sometimes gets a bad rap in spiritual circles or is celebrated as being something that should be pursued without restraint. The truth that will serve most spiritual aspirants best is somewhere in the middle of these two extremes. And that's a very, very interesting thing for all of us. Because I think if you tune into me, you're into manifesting. And in fact, I was having a little conversation with someone about this yesterday. Someone was saying, well, why do you manifest? Just surrender. And it's like, well, I think it's okay to have a divine desire and then surrender it. So there you go. Kim says, are these your cards? No, these are the Crystal Mandala cards. So I think I should now be putting up affiliate links. I've used them so many times. I'm sure I've helped to sell lots of copies and I'm happy to do that, Alana. I'm just joking. All right, these are my cards here. Where are they? Oh yeah, here. Beautiful cards. So I am going to leave it there for today. Remember, if you want to hear my new radio show or you want to get me to read your chart for free, that's on today, 4 p.m. London time, 8 a.m. LA time, 11 a.m. New York time, 1 a.m. Sydney time, and the link is above on the Facebook page, but I'm 99% sure it's unityonlineradio.org. I would love to speak to you instead of, you know, always being the one here speaking away with nobody able to answer. Although I do always, as you know, read your comments and appreciate every one of them. Have a beautiful day. I hope to see you on the radio show.